Welcome.
What
Oh,
is that?
it's a kalimba or an mbira.
I've never seen Imperial like in the form of half of a bow.
Yeah, it's like a gourd.
But like I think you need to turn on something. Ah, yes.
It's tuned in a really interesting way.
Yeah. Because you're over Zoom for me, so like I can't hear that because Zoom
Oh,
apparently
right.
thinks you're playing noise, right?
Yeah.
So like yeah, I will make sure to tune in. I watch the replay to hear that.
Yep. That'll be how you can hear it.
Yep.
Cool. Well, welcome, y'all. We're in day
Four.
four. I'm a little ahead of
How many
myself.
hours did you sleep last night?
It's been a week. We're in day 4 of the 5-day challenge, and today is fine tune, and that is probably what most people are doing right now is fine tuning their music. Um, the Everyone has an extended deadline because this is the last step, and we know that people kind of put things off to the last minute. I've never done that, but I
But like
understand.
I mean, another thing is for fine tuning, that's actually the most time consuming. And I
Can
don't
be
know if you have like the perfectionism kind of mindset. For me, it's like, at the moment when you're doing all the parts and before you submit the final score, you get into the mindset of like, I want to look through this again. Then you see, oh yeah, this little thing's not lined up. And you just like go back and do that. Then you do it again, then again. Then 30
Yes.
minutes later, you're not going anywhere.
Yep, I think it was someone in the Discord said it's like washing a window where you're like, "Oh, I missed a spot. I gotta go back." Yeah, it can be a
Yeah.
little bit like that. So, hi
Well,
Aaron, glad you are joining us. Um, so yeah, today we thought we'd do some. Oh, I should say who we are. I'm Nate May. I'm director of Synthase and teaching artist.
I'm Susie Lee. I'm associate director of Synthase and also a teaching artist. And we are a team.
Yes.
Are
Uh,
we?
yes, we're a team. um, And today's going to be a little different because people are still working on their pieces. So we're not doing feedback for the stage that they're currently on. But what we can do is if anyone does join the chat and hasn't had feedback on a previous stage, then they're welcome to let us know and we will pull up their music and give feedback. Because in days 1 through 3, there were a lot of people who submitted and said they were fine either way. They could receive feedback or not. And we didn't have time to go over theirs. So if any of you are here tonight, we are happy to go over yours. Otherwise, throw questions at us and we will answer them. But barring that, hi, Sergio.
Hello, Sergio. Hello, Aaron.
Barring that, we thought we would try this little challenge ourselves and just see what we could come up with. So, Susie, do you want to explain your idea?
So basically, what happened is that we thought it would be really fun for us to also do the challenge, and it will be fun for us to just like have 10 random cells out of the 288 picked for us. So from our uh very passionate viewer, Celan, who's been in the live stream for the past 4 days. Well, who happens to be live in the same household as me. I asked him to I asked him to go upstairs. Then just like, okay, here's the folder, pick cells. Then he did. So we have 10 cells for Nate to unbox as of now because he has no idea what's in front of him. I have no idea
Yes.
either. I just load those into my notation software.
Yep. So we're going to be revealing these cells and then trying to see what we can do with them in just a few minutes. So the logistics of this are going to be interesting because, um,
So basically, there's one discrepancy is that I feel like we should use all 10. Nate really doesn't want
oh,
to.
yeah, the I could see what I can do. I'll see what I can do if I
All
can
right.
work
Hello,
in Autel.
George.
Um, okay, so I think what we have to take turns doing this, right? So, do you want to go
Sure.
first since you've got them all pulled up?
All right. So over here are our 10 cells in front of us. I'm gonna make sure I share computer sound and make sure I have Sibelius all pulled up. Um, those are cells. The first one, this one, is by the first one is by Mason. I know Mason. I happen to know Mason for a year and a half now. Mason is going to Peabody
Woo!
in the August. Super proud of him. Um, the next one is from Sergio. I don't know what is playing. Oh yeah, now I know.
Okay.
And the next one is by Lucas. And one thing really nice about this one is that because of the existence of this cell, I feel like I don't have to dig out the original ding 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 ding
Mm.
because it's like a fancier version of the ding 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 ding, right?
Mm.
It's like a power chord, but then it gets better and better.
Oh, it's Christmas.
It's a Christmas miracle. Then the next one is by Mr. Jeff. It's technically it first appears on I believe 4 different stave. I kind of just condensed them into one, but like those are supposed to be held over, so it's supposed to be held over. But like I
Okay.
kind of just condensed them into one line. So over here. I can already see those two
Mm.
work really well together. I might move this to a bass or something. And over here, I believe the nice chord. Nice chord is by Esteban.
Mm.
I'm definitely gonna do some dynamic change. I feel like those chords they're kind of like having a little crescendo, and I
Yeah.
might so like over here because it has a very strong kind of like a 5-2-1, so it's like almost like grand indie. Then you can even grand indie. You have that feel. So like I might save the last two bar for later, but like I might loop those earlier. They're just like I'm just unboxing those with my initial thoughts. Next one is by Red. I might throw those to a string and put on a bunch of tremolo. It might feel interesting. It might feel like a very different, very expressive. Right now it's like tremolo on piano. Oh, be interesting. And the next one is by Xenon. Oh, G sharp.
Oh.
Oh, right now we've been always in the happy land until here.
I can see why Chris liked
Now,
that one.
oh, like he totally like handpicked with the utmost care without listening to any of those.
Oh, okay.
Like in like 10 seconds.
Mm.
This is by Shell Egg. I think there's a possibility that this one's played in on the MIDI keyboard, then did not go through the quantized process.
Cool.
But because of that, there's some very interesting syncopation and ties. Then I might think about what is a good way to bring forth the quality of kind of like I am slightly out of time. I think the out of timeness could be a charm, especially if you have like a sick texture going on. Then you have this out of time line. You make sure that really stands out to going against the steady pulse. It could be very effective. So, uh, and the next one is by Mike Waltz. I believe that's a woodpecker, is it?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. It looks like the woodpecker that has been like everybody's favorite or something. I was, is it?
I don't
I
know.
am thinking that I will break those into. I will use those separately. I think like maybe this would come in first.
Mm.
I feel like this could be nice coming slightly later. Well, last but not least, this is by Brandon. I might my thought is I feel like those two parts they're nice together. They're da da dee da 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 dee da. It could be a nice loop by itself. Over here, I might because over here dee da 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 3 2 1 feels very like an ending depending on where do you want to put it. If I want to use it as a loop, I might do like the 7 beat loop instead of 8 beat. So it's gonna be I might try this. Well. So like now I have like a nice line, then I might spec it up later into 16th notes. So that's my initial thought. I guess any thoughts while like listening to each of them on piano.
Yeah, it's something. There's a lot of possibility. A lot of possibility in there. I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna do this so fast. I was just gonna
Very
throw them all
thorough.
in there and just like start like messing with them. Um,
Hi
yeah,
Evan, good morning or good evening from my end
yeah,
actually.
good everything, Ivan. Hi, George. Hi, Sealand. Thank you for your care and consideration. Um, yeah, so do you want to take a crack at doing something with
Uh,
those real quick?
sure.
Maybe do
What's my
maybe take 5 minutes and then switch it over to me and I'll take
okay?
five and see if we can
All
get
right.
the arrange
Let's say
day
5.
done in 5 minutes.
So my thought is because yesterday I was advertising for I like this very gentle one thing, then a burst of energy. One thing burst of energy, I'm gonna go for that.
Cool.
So first thing first, add a random 100 bar and at at the end. So I have space. I feel like you can go to a later place. I might say before actually I might save this part for later, but like this part could be nice. Out of my way. I would definitely save that for later. I might just have this chord.
Oh, it's pathetique vibes.
then why not add one more rest? So like you're offsetting ion. I like those offsetting. Now we're back. Okay, I will save this for later. Nice computation. I will save the power core. Those comes in later. And power core start looping. You can come in later. Put off you later. Well, I might grab Mason's very last bar. Let me know when my time is up.
It's about got about 1 minute if you want to
Oops.
actually stick to 5 minutes, but that might be a little tricky.
Hard. And full of terror. Do you know House of Dragon is coming up soon? Do you watch House of Dragon? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Really?
I don't have time to watch anything. I don't know how people watch things.
Oh, do you have a life?
Not lately.
I think over
That's
here
great.
seems to be a nice place for me to. Let's go. Okay. How about I'm like a big advocate of random numbers, so let's do 8, 7, 6. Eight, 7, 6. Then we are. Then burst of energy. I might throw out to string later, but right now my biggest trouble is I can't grab it fast enough. Here. So basically that means I have to end here. Why not? I feel like I'm racing.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm racing for my dear life over here. Yep.
Well, I'm enjoying this. It's like watching
me racing for my dear life.
It's like watching someone paint in fast forward.
Racing for my dear life over here. Okay, now this is like the initial shape. Okay, initial shape. Yeah, I might do one more in my next 5
Nice.
minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I have as of now. I might
All right.
I'm I'm totally lying. I'm ending right here.
You get
Okay, my next
the
verse will come here.
kalimba of approval.
Nice. All right. So here is my 5 minutes. Nate,
All
you're
right.
all
Let's
right.
see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let's drop in these cells here. And
And your start for your dear life will happen in five,
oh, I'm starting
four,
now.
three. No, 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 no.
Oh,
Stop your cursor.
okay.
5, 4. I need to see both of your hands. 3, 2, 1. Now you can go.
Okay. Whew. All right. So I had this idea about the ding 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 one. So let me find it. Oh, it's probably this one. Yeah. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is throw.
Okay. Eric, what's wrong with your notation software workflow skills?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it loaded? Sometimes I have to reconnect to my server. Oh no.
Well,
I need to take a minute to do this because that's where all the
uh,
the good stuff is.
dear customer, I am sorry to inform you that.
I'm using my time.
Yes.
This is how I'm using my
Yes.
time. It's worth it.
Yes.
Okay. Aha, there it is. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay. Put that on there.
What is this?
Ooh, yeah. I'll turn that down for y'all.
I mean, Erin, starts somewhere, and also I feel like I am racing for my dear life. So, like
Okay.
if you're really trying to, like, I gotta do it in 5 minutes, you will be racing for your dear life as well.
Yeah. Um, so I'm now exporting this because I want to do something with it. Okay. There it is.
No, I have like a notation software, like I guess my silly workflow when I was younger, that like beforehand I am like I know some people they always just type in the letter name, but like I always just type everything in as like A, because for me that's the easiest. So I have like I'm using Sibelius, so I'm typing the note value and a bunch of A's. So like when people are writing music, I'm writing then like I have people watching me writing music in Sibelius with my mouse and keyboard, just typing all the A's and just like constantly hear like glissando on all the keys. I'm just like, how do you work? How do you actually function? Until I bought a MIDI keyboard, that changed my life.
Nice. Um, okay. So I really wanted to hear those sounds. high and then pitch shift them very, very low.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm now dragging this MIDI region in to a sampler, and I'm going to just drop these things way down because that's fair game. And I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. Yeah, what if I did that? What if I did that and then that?
Esteban, we're glad you're all enjoying this because when we come up with this idea, we're just worried about like, well, nobody would care. Then we feel like somewhat narcissistic of just like, yeah, we'll be just like streaming us like working. But anyway, so we're happy you're enjoying this, and also throw us any questions you want us to answer.
Okay. How am I doing on time? I've only made one sell decision.
Dear customer, I am sorry to inform you that your 5 minutes is actually just up,
Oh
but
no.
I can give you one more minute.
Oh, okay. I just really wanted to hear this, and it's
This is like the example of a composer getting tunnel vision, just like hyper focus on
yeah.
one single and just want to do
Oh,
this one
okay,
single thing.
unsolo that. Woo! Sorry about that, y'all. There's a lot of stuff in there. Okay. Okay, these three go together. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to loop them. And then that. We've already got that. So, okay. Let's see what happens if we throw something else down there.
Yeah, Aaron, definitely. I hope you were enjoying your little break from, I wouldn't call it homework, from the challenge.
Okay, we're going to add some effects on this and it's going to get a lot cooler.
Make it loud.
We're going to do something with that too. Okay.
Well, George, thanks for your question. So, Nate, while your time is up, here's a question for you.
Okay.
George has been struggling to make the key moments to work toward in their piece. Do you have any thoughts on that in terms of
Oh.
key moments?
How to like highlight a key moment? Is it
Like, or make the key moment to work toward. Well, in my take, I kind of feel like if you're thinking about a direction, once you're thinking about the direction, you actually have the answer. You just need to dig the answer out. That like if you watch True Detective the new season, I don't know, I watch so many TV shows. Like it's not about questions, about asking the right question. So if you have the key moment, you're just like, okay, I have this is the moment. Then try to reverse engineer instead of go there, trying to go back from there to here. That is like if my key moment has a very wide span of say register, then how can I expand over there? If my key moment has a burst of energy, do I want to gradually go there or do I want to jump over there? Um, so yeah, basically it's more about you know the answer. You just need to dig it out.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Yeah. I heard once that you want something to sound inevitable in retrospect, but surprising in the moment. And I think that makes sense when if you're working backwards from something, then it's like when it happens, you had no idea it was coming, but then you're like, yes, that's exactly what needed to happen. So that's much easier said than done, but those are some
Yeah.
thoughts to think about when you're when you're working toward a key moment. Okay, so my five, I'm looking forward to my next 5 minutes to redeem myself because I just got obsessed last night when I was falling asleep. I started to get this idea about like exporting and bringing it in and pitch shifting. This is the sort of idea that I would work with like for like 3 hours before it starts to sound cool. So, but yeah, let's go back to you, Susie.
I don't know how can you think before you fall asleep. Before I fall asleep, I just boom asleep.
Oh, good for you. I yeah, I envy that. All
Really?
right.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna take over. And as Thomas saying, like speed running terror already. Okay, my speed run starts. Is this like any percent speed run or like I have to do like no glitch speed run? Do you know what is no glitch?
No, I know the.
Yeah. So over here, the last time I did A76. How about this time I do 542? 100 is probably too much. I'm gonna do 10. Wait, not here. Hmm? Okay, so 4, 543. 1. Where's the 543? Let's do 543, 543. I'm also those kind of weird people who kind of like sing to myself while working. Just deal with me. Wait, now I'm thinking. Okay, is this a bad idea to call everything piano? I have no idea what is what. So 92. Where's that? When I say where's that, do you know what am I talking about?
Oh, you mean that?
I mean that is that. I was just asking where is that? You know? You
There,
don't know?
there. That is.
There that is. Oh, wonderful. What am I talking about? Okay. Computer Mason. What is this? Hey, I think it is time for syncopation. How much time do I have left?
Oh, sorry, I haven't been timing you. Did anyone keep an eye on the clock?
Nobody's keeping an eye. I have endless amount of time. Is that how it works? I really want to fix the notation as a composer, but and ah ah no, I shouldn't. Okay.
What do you think? Another 3 minutes?
Really? I have 3 more minutes?
I don't know, two?
One, two, three, one, two, three. I am four people here. One, two, three, one, two, three.
Oh, she said 6 minutes.
Oh, oops.
Cr-
Okay.
Take
I
another,
guess
you can take a minute to finish up. Thanks, Selan.
Oh, you're so harsh. Is it necessary? Do you have to be that way? Like, what makes you feel I have to be this way? And whoa, whatever that is, it looks very messed up.
Cool.
All right.
All right, let's hear it.
1 second. 92. Okay, let's hear. Yeah, that's my jam. You see where
Nice.
this is going?
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Wow, let's
see what.
that was quick. Okay. So I just realized upon reflecting that the way that I work is I tend to take one thing and focus on it and get it to be like shining before I start adding to it, and that makes sense in that I just went straight to like this. I needed this sound, so instead of fighting that, I'm gonna just kind of roll with that a little bit and see how far I get. um, so here we go.
My approach is like speed running for my dear life.
Yeah, yeah. I think I would just.
So Aaron,
Yeah, what was Aaron's question?
he uses Finale, but always have been struggling with the software playback percussion rolls and as well as other dynamic articulations? Like, is there any better softwares? Um, Technically, I think like the best three are Finale, Sibelius, and Dorical.
Yeah.
So, Sibelius is also not fantastic on doing that because after all, notation softwares are. I feel like it's like the MIDI playback is a means to an end, not an end by itself. But like we could make it an end by itself, but then it's more just like, is it actually worth it? So how's Dorical? I never used
Dorico
that.
is great for percussion, actually.
Okay, all right,
Um,
here we go.
yeah, they have their own percussion, their own way of writing for percussion. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it. I used to use Sibelius, and I don't anymore for good reason. Okay, these are not letting me grab them and move them. There we go. That one's just gonna be left behind. Sorry. Oh, I put a little snip in it. Oh,
What happens
there
to
we go.
equal opportunity? Okay, it facilitated.
Okay, yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, it's the long notes that I like, not the short ones. So let's listen to some long notes. Oh, I guess I need to keep all of it for the purpose of the... So I'll just find a different cell, one that has long notes. Oops, don't delete that.
It's cool though.
So,
So so I have I think you're
am I done? Yeah, I think I'm done too.
then I have a question for you
Yeah.
actually before you stop share. George is asking, I think on Monday you were talking about kind of synth. Do you think you could go through that in more detail? You the next word is blocked by the emoji button. You
Uh-oh.
saw that one of them was good for introducing tones to regular notes. Why is that?
So Monday, I think that you can. So one of them was good for introducing tones, regular notes. Okay, are you talking about the plucked synths, leads, and pads, maybe? Um, yeah. So the plucked synths are basically they're just um, they create a really short dry sound. And so remember we got into that a little bit yesterday with those mallet pieces, and um, so like marimbas make a pretty dry sound, and so it just creates a nice rhythmic kind of vibe. So if we find, there we go, that one's decent. So if we throw that on there, let's listen to this.
Oh, I'm digging it.
Okay, so there's a pluck sound, and you can tell how it's like almost percussion, right? Um, if I were to give it a lead sound, a lot of these are kind of obnoxious, but let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Um, so maybe that's what you're talking about for regular notes. You know, that this one is good for melodies because it connects the notes pretty well. It's also a lot of leads are monophonic, which means they only accept one note at a time, and that sounds like you're losing, you know, features, but really you're gaining a feature, which is the ability to slide from one note to another. So some synths allow that possibility. I'm not sure if this is one of them or not,
And
but
when it's just like one really sustained long notes, it really stands out. And because like it really depending on how dry a note is, like if it's like really dry and very sustained and just like monophonic directly on your face, like that really makes this melodic line special and just like stands out.
yeah, yeah. And then the third one is a pad, which is just a nice way to just kind of let something sit there for a while. So this one might work well with a pad. But it would work even better if we made made it slower. Right, there's like the reverb is almost kind of built into the sound.
Right.
So does that answer your question, George? Hope so. Cool. Back to you, Susie, and then maybe we do another 5 minutes each and call it a night.
Okay. Oh, that's
Oh, I think I.
does that mean that I need to keep this 5 minutes like everything I've got? Um, oh, da, 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 da. I'm like,
Great, glad it helps, George. Also, Aaron, when it comes to playback, there's something called Note Performer, which you can plug into Finale and Sibelius, and it's it gets you a pretty magical sound. You have to buy it separately, but it
I,
actually does a really good job of reading all those articulations and stuff.
hmm? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, Esteban Dorico is an exception to that. So Esteban says it's wild that most notation software hasn't really changed much in about a decade. My understanding with Dorico is that they realized that because notation software was originally, from what I understand, it was originally built as graphics software, where they're like, oh yeah, the job is to put shapes on paper, so that's what we're doing, and we're just trying to make that a little easier for composers. And so as it got more and more complex, people started to realize, well, shouldn't this be music software that then outputs graphics rather than software that inputs music? And so, from what I understand, the Dorico people who all worked at Sibelius just started from the ground up and built something that meets that specification. So it's very different. Like using Dorico is very different than using Sibelius. And if you're trying to write something not too weird, it's it's really going to help you because it's the it's like understanding the music and then putting that on paper. But if you want to write something that's more outside of the box, Dorico makes it more difficult because they want you to, they want to understand it. The software wants to understand the music so it can output it, if that makes sense. But then with all notation software, you can use, you can output it and then bring it into Illustrator or something like that and mess with the graphics. They do have a free tier as well, Dorica does, so if you want to give it a try. Yeah, handwriting is great.
I actually like handwriting. Like
Yeah.
it's I never start in annotations software.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me neither. I always sketch. I have my Carta 27 paper.
Be a nice pizzicato line actually. Actually, actually. Bye bye. Hmm. Well, I don't think I have time to finish orchestrating everything, but I orchestrate the beginning a little bit.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh,
Nice. I love your little offbeat boom.
yeah. I should delete this so it'll be like
Space.
afterwards just piano. This should slow down. I wanted to slow down. I forgot. Where's my writ? Then going back to the original tempo. So this is the ending. All right, I did the ending. So the ending should be. Yep.
Nice. It's so uh, joyful
Yeah.
and chaotic.
I mean that's the whole scheme, right?
Yeah, like a
All
toddler.
right. All
Cool.
right. Back to you.
All right. I'm gonna have to share. Oh, whoops.
Super Collider is so hard.
I love Super
Have you
Collider.
You love Super Collider?
Yeah, but it is
It's like a
not
learning curve.
intuitive. Yes,
When I first opened, I'm like, I have no idea what to do anything.
because it's two different languages in one. Like you can't just learn one language. Yeah. Okay, so where were we?
Esteban, have you ever heard of like Lilliput? Apparently, it's like open source and completely free. You can do anything as long as you know how to code them in.
I'm also getting the glitch in my headphones too, so I'm not quite sure what I'm hearing at any given time. But okay, I thought I would maybe grab this one and then try a little.
Lilliput is it's like music notation for everyone, but it's not intuitive at all.
So okay, that could work. Let's see if any of that ends up getting turned into.
I'm Googling Tracker Live and look through this. You cannot find anything. Oh, using a Tracker Live. Got it. Somehow I decided to search Tracker Live. This comes out so different.
Yeah. Oh, now I want that little woodpeckery one. I want that. Something fast. Where did it go? Did I delete it? There it is. Okay, what am I going to do with that? I'll just move.
Like for those Lilliput user, I actually know like do you remember like a Mara Helmus?
Yeah.
It's like yeah, Mara uses Lilliput. She's the kind of like the electronic music person at CCM. Um, I remember like, she wrote a piece in Lilliput. Apparently, it took her a very long time, but then just the score just looks like this person struggled.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the results are not the most beautiful, but the fact that you can make it programmatically is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can also write in Python using there's a package called Music 21, and
Well,
that's something that's how I got my start with like algorithmic composition was in that Python package. Okay, so let's figure out what to do with this. I think I'm just gonna cut off this little bit. Oops. fact, I think I want even less. Just let's put that on something high.
Now it's almost like you're going towards Chrome.
Yeah.
It's like the beginning of Asian Voice of Trinity. Ah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Ah. That's it. Anybody like George Crumb?
Trumpet. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Let's see if it'll even play it, if it's in the range. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's what we want. And then I want some reverb that is big. And that's one that I made. Okay. Ballad.
I
Oh,
like a lot of
cathedral.
Crumb's music that just like starts really dissonant, but like toward the ending, um, like Vox Polonaise like da 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 da. It's just like very tonal, very peaceful, and like music for a summer evening, all of that.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted the reverb to be 100% wet, so it sounds like the trumpet is like off stage.
Nice. Oh, George, you're all good. I will bug Nate with your question after you finish playing. Basically, for sound, there's direct sound and the reverb sound. Basically, like the more wet it is, meaning like the more reverb it is, and also means like the more it's like less direct sound it is. So basically, Nate, in 2 sentences, well, in 5 sentences, in whatever amount of sentences you want, describe what does it mean for reverb to be wet.
Oh, yeah. It's so the effect of reverb is the effect of reflections in a room. And if it's 100% wet, then we're only hearing the reflections. If it's 100% dry, we're only hearing the sound source. So you can imagine, like, let's say a person in a room shouting, hey, and then you hear, hey, you hear the reverb part. So if you take out the person, but you still hear the, hey, that's 100% wet. If you take out the tail, the hey, but you just hear the person, that's 100% dry. So I'll just show you what that sounds like for this little trumpet. This is bad practice to solo like everything until nothing is soloed.
But like I do that a lot somehow.
Yeah.
It's like after solo one track, I want to also hear those two, then every single solo they the end.
Okay, so this is 100% wet. You can hear how it sounds very distant. That's because the direct source of the trumpet is not even present in the sound we're hearing. So now I'm going to take it back a little bit. And now here it is 100% dry. So no reverb. Now we're adding the tail. Now 100% reverb. So this is on effects. So in a DAW like Sibelius, you can put reverb on what's called a return track. So on this track, everything that gets added to it gets reverb added. And on this track, you want it to be 100% wet because it is being introduced back into the mix, just like any other track. But usually, if you're going to add an effect directly to a track, you're going to want it much lower, maybe like 36, 50. But this was just like a very specific effect that I wanted where it sounded like it was super distant.
And
Okay.
if you use MuseScore to open the mixer, the hotkey is M, then M stands for mixer. Then like you can see reverb just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my last bit of sense, since like we started talking about George Crumb, like my favorite George Crumb piece is actually Dream Sequence. It's like George Crumb writes a lot of circular notation, and it's like over there is a cell I just like I reuse a lot. It's just like it just sounds beautiful. That is like
Ooh,
it's like the beginning piano sound, really beautiful. I love that piece.
that
Even
is
though
nice.
the score is just like two huge pieces of paper with like a circle.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
string
Those are
sequence.
those are always in the oversized section of the library.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, y'all. This has been an interesting little experiment. I'm really glad you guys showed up and asked questions, and I hope your fine tuning is going really well. And you have a few
And
more
tomorrow
hours
we
to
will
submit.
celebrate.
Yeah, tomorrow
Oh,
we'll
really?
celebrate. Yeah, they
Just
can.
a few more hours?
Well, they can submit at until 12 p.m. Eastern, which is
Oh,
9 a.m. Pacific, and if you're in Singapore or UK or Australia or something, you'll have to do the math. But yeah, you have some
so,
more hours.
so
And in just and like after we finish this call, I'm going to work really hard and get a bunch of stuff ready and then send something out. And that will be day 5, which does have a video. It does have, there may or may not be a download. And it's just basically got some tips about next steps. And spoiler alert, one of those next steps is join the Synthase Composers Academy. And it's the doors are going to open for that as soon as I send the email out. So really excited about that. That's what we've been building up to
oh yeah.
all this time, and that's how we're going to be able to keep hanging out with you all after this challenge is over. So keep working and look out for that email, and then we'll see you tomorrow for the big live stream where we hear the finished pieces, we draw and we draw prizes. Draw names for prizes.
See you all tomorrow and we will celebrate.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Bye.